It's so warm. It's so warm. It was 30 degrees. 30 degrees today. I went out into town. My hair's going up. It will not look good. But at this point it doesn't. It just needs to be out of my face. Okay, it doesn't. Today, I need to make more cookies because my family ate all of them. Well, not all of them, most of them, and is that better? Yeah. My family ate most of them, and because I am a massive loser, well, I play D&D, and I enjoy playing D&D. So, if I'm a loser for that, then I'm very much happily one. I'm so warm. I'm boiling. I need to take off my ring because last time I made these cookies, I was mixing the dough with my ring and it got covered in cocoa powder. I'm gonna put that away. I'm back. No rings. My hands feel really weird when I've not got rings on, but you know, for the greater good. For the greater good. Also, I've discovered I really like a mojito. Sainsbury's does very, very nice one. Where have they got them? But best thing to do, where are the eggs? Oh, we have, no, I think we have one egg left. It's being used for cookies. The best thing to go with a mojito, apple juice. I'm 19. I'm 19 in England. I can drink. One of the beautiful, beautiful cups from my parents' house. A Tom Jones Live from 2014. That was 12 years ago. I feel old. I feel really old. I'm not even 20. Oh, yeah. My concoction is really good. But I'm making more cookies for D&D because I may or may not have promised to make some. Oops. I have the coveted recipe book, and it's become like in my flat, well, first year flat. I don't have it anymore. Heartbreaking. It's become sort of not an inside joke. I think I might have already talked about this, but I have everything in this book and this specific recipe. I mean, it's a secret recipe. But one of my flatmates, she loves it so much that she's attempted to recreate it. Has not yet. Gonna just that good. Not much happened today, to be fair. I went out for a walk because there's nothing to do here. There's nothing to do. I can sit at home and watch TV. I can't read because it's too hot and my hands get really, really sweaty, and then the books will get ruined. It's just uncomfortable to read, you know when you have sweaty hands and you try to read a book and the pages just, not a fan. But I need butter. Hopefully, okay, knowing the temperature, it won't. Butter. Anyway, so I went for a walk today because, again, nothing to do here. I went to the library for a bit because that's English houses don't have AC, is that what American? Air conditioning. We don't have that here. We have 2 fans in the room because the living room is the coldest room in the house because it's difficult. The sun rises that way. That side of the house gets the most sun. This side of the house doesn't. Living room is the only room on this side of the house because we have the door here, living room. This is the garage. I don't know why I'm telling you about the front of my house. It's a British house, Most people have a door. I'm tired and hot. Anyway, as I was saying, nothing to do here. Unless I want to be chronically online, and I don't. I want to stop being chronically online. Because I am. I mean, look at me. I was a teenager during COVID, of course I'm chronically online. Was I a teenager during COVID? I was. COVID was so long. This stream is me feeling old and nothing else. Yeah. It's too hot to do anything. I don't want to be chronically online. So what am I doing? Going for walks. Now getting back on track. I was going for a lovely walk. Went to the library, only place that has air conditioning. And my dad said he would. Okay, we have an allotment. We have chickens. We have fruit. And we don't have fruit. We've got veg. We've got rosemary. I like the rosemary and the thyme. Thyme? Do we have thyme? We have sage. We have sage. Blue sage, I think. Whatever it is, it's nice. It's good. So I was gonna go to the allotment, but he wanted me to go. Except it's boiling, and I didn't want to. And I didn't have to because he was coming back early enough. So I'm like, yeah, I won't go. So I'm sitting, chilling. I'm sitting. Where's the right? So my old secondary school is right next to a park. It's lovely. It is really nice. Wash my hands. Anyway, my secondary school is in a park, next to a weird little situation. And it has a river, very nice river. So I was sitting at the bank of this river, and oh god, it was so pretty. Because very, very nice thing. There's so many dragonflies out. So I was sitting there watching the dragonflies, and there were these 2 that were flying over. It was so nice. It was so picturesque. I felt so Pinterest worthy. Brilliant. I get a call from my dad going, "Where are you? I'm at the allotment. Where are the keys?" Because he left the keys at home before he went out to work. I forgot it's flipped. He went out, he left the keys at home. And I texted him, "I'm not going to the allotment." And he texted me going, "Where are you? Where are you?" I don't know. I'm not there. So that's my brilliantly entertaining day. But, very fun thing, 2 high schoolers told me I looked cool. Massive flex. Where's the tape? Because they were, it was actually my old secondary school, at high school. Because they were wearing the PE kit, because it's so hot. Schools are letting kids wear their PE kits instead of, the blazers and the button-ups and the skirts or the trousers or whatever it is. So, yeah, it felt so fucking tough, And they were sincere. It felt so tough in that moment, got a massive ego. Because not to have a massive ego. I do have a massive ego. Not to have a massive ego, but yeah. Cool. Wait. There's my outfit. You good? I'm warm. You good? Oh, never mind, you're just British. What is that? What's wrong with being British? Well. No. In Britain, it's so warm. I'ma guess. Okay. Have fun. Have fun with guessing my age. I don't. No, I don't really. It's not a secret. I just said have fun. To be fair, you're not far off. My birthday is soon. I'm currently 19. I'll be 20 soon. Which, to be fair, most of my flatmates are 20. I'm youngest. Okay, you can give it. Yeah, I'm 19, bro. What does that mean? All of my flatmates are 20. So it feels, because they all took a gap year. They're all old and took gap years. Bro, I said I'm 19. I'm 19. But almost 20. Okay, to be fair, I've been to uni up north. Well, okay, you won't know where this is, but like up north, and they've got a very distinct accent. Northerners, no, every accent I do ends up being horribly offensive because of how bad they are. It's honestly, which is because I've got American cousins. I've got American cousins on both sides of the family. What's considered up north? I don't know. Let me see if like north of England. I'm really. Ireland's a different country. It is part of Great Britain. Well, Northern Ireland is part of Great Britain. It's good. I was about to say, didn't realise Americans were so. You're an American. Shut up. To be fair, I would like to go to Ireland once. I think it'd be fun. Okay. French is fine. French is okay. You're not an American. That's held message on for reason smart detection. I don't know. It's like, are you half? What part of America are you from? I don't know much about America. I've lived in, but okay, that's quite cool. I've shockingly only ever lived in Britain, but I feel like traveling would be fun. Pencil. Yeah, I don't know states, bro. I don't know states. I'm gonna melt this butter though. Knew it, Pennsylvania. The only reason I know about Pennsylvania is because of Dance Moms. Gonna be 100% serious. It is Dance Moms. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Dance Mom. It's my guilty pleasure show. I don't know where the sugar is. Are you emo? Not emo. I'm a goth, actually. I do like emo music. To an extent. Some of it is a little bit shit. Some of it is good. And again, are you emo? I never said I was that, dude. I have lost the cocoa powder though. Wait, actually, I'm gonna take a photo of it, that's fun. Of course I'm uptight. I'm posh. I'm not posh. But it is funny, so I am taking a photo of it to show my friend. There we go. That was a very bad way of showing. Bruh, okay. Have fun, French American person. The only reason I'm making the cookies is because I promised my friends I would make them. And to be fair, it's cooler now than it will be later because it's gonna get really, really fucking hot. Yeah, it's 21 degrees right now. It's gonna get up to 32 today. And shockingly, I would much rather cook in 21 than 32. No, okay, I have cooked in 30-degree heat. I am that person. However, it's fun. Britain be Britain. Yeah, I've mainly been eating salad because it comes from the fridge and doesn't require cooking. So I've been eating ice cream. I've been eating mainly ice cream. I have still got a full pint of Ben and Jerry's because it was on offer in Lidl. I stocked up. I've got the best flavour. I forgot. I've not got the best flavour. Best flavour is fish food. I was wrong. Ooh. Okay, kebab does sound good. Is that what is it, half-baked? I know there's a half-baked one, because one of my flatmates is obsessed with that. It's his favourite, and it does look really nice. I've asked my mum to buy it for me, because I'm at home. No. I think they had a Biscoff one come out as well, which looked pretty good. Was it Biscoff? I took a photo of it to shockingly show my flatmate. It's because we have this... We got really bored one night and decided to go out, just going to every single corner shop and seeing which had the best deal on ice cream. There's the flat group chat. It's not Biscoff. It's Dulce de Delish. I think it's Dulce de Leche, but salted caramel ice cream with chunks of caramel bar and caramel swirls, topped with chocolate whipped ice cream, caramel swirls, and chocolate chunks. Yeah. It's the same colour. It's a similar colour. And then, is it the Brookies and Cream one? Vanilla ice cream with brownie style dough and golden cookie swirls, topped with chocolate whipped ice cream, sea salt chocolate swirls, and white chunks. Yeah. Okay, I saw that in Co-op, and I had to send that photo to my friends because it looks so good. It does look. On a scale of 1 to 10, because we have one co-op in town, but it has air conditioning, and so I go in it often. On a scale of 1 to 10, how good is it though? Because in this weather, there's going to be a lot of ice cream being eaten. I keep spilling things in this kitchen. It's not very good. Oh, for the little pots. I was going to say £1 for ice cream is brilliant, but £1 for little pots. Hey, if you were sponsored by Co-op, I'd be impressed. I need a spoon. I think I just dropped butter on my sock. I feel like I should be concerned about that. Shockingly, I've not had any sponsorship offers. Okay, it says 1 egg. These are the only eggs these are the only eggs I have. They are the size of my thumb. Because they are bantam eggs, they're not chicken eggs. Do I put... No, I'll put 2 in. Lovely. I mean, bantam eggs are tiny, so I guess it counts as, 1.5. If I do 2 bantam eggs, it'd be the same as 1.5 chicken eggs. I stuck my thumb in the yolk. Great. Yeah, you can't see the batter. Now, normally, I tell you the recipe as I'm baking it, but again, these are my secret recipe chocolate chip cookies. I know, absolutely raving about it. What do I need now? Flour. Flour's over there. I'm not even wearing my apron. Forgot about that. Got a nice apron. Too busy ripping the outfit. So what brings you to cook? Can't find my words, God. I want to get into social media as a job, but not necessarily content making. I mean, content making is fun, don't get me wrong, it's very fun, but PR and that thing. And I applied for an internship. It was like a 2-month thing, paid minimum wage, and they said no. They said, you're a perfect candidate, but we want someone with experience. So this is me getting experience so I can get minimum wage. Woo! I love minimum wage. This is mainly okay. It's also fun. I get to talk to random strangers on the internet, and you get to talk to me. It's perfect mix. I also get to talk about ice cream, who doesn't want to talk about Ben & Jerry's or drinking mojitos? I like cooking for people, so while I don't have friends around I can cook for, this is my best thing. I do want to throw a dinner party. I my mum had like these. Hang on. Oh, yeah. To be fair, I did have a TikTok account for a while, a public one. But I was showing off what was it? It was vinyl covers. And I can't remember the full thing, but I will probably try it again. It's just, I just thought it'd be fun. Also, incredibly bored. I'm an only child. If you couldn't tell, only child very, very much. So I've got no one else to talk to about the random things that come into my head. I mean, I can talk to my parents. However, my parents are, not old. They're 40 years older than me. So, can't really explain all the fun stuff to them. So, talking about explaining the fun stuff, there's this really fit guy in town. I've seen him twice. He's so fit. Horrifically fit. It's so annoying. And for real. So I do try to talk to my parents because, it's nice to have them in my life and all that, You grow up with them. I put the flower away. But at some point, they don't get it. They don't get what it's like to be young. I sound like a right. It's just having old parents is it's a very specific experience, especially again, only child. Having old parents as an only child is a very niche experience because there is no one to talk to in the house. Again, as you've got your parents, but they're too old to understand, I think. Because being an only child is... it's a weird experience. It's a very, very, very weird experience. Because no one in the house that you can relate to. And also, it's lonely. And people go, oh, you've got your parents, you've got your friends. I find being an only child weird. Like, it's got its positives, it's got its negatives. I feel like if my parents had been younger when they had me, and I was an only child to younger parents, I probably would have enjoyed being an only child a bit more. But because they're older and I'm an only child, it feels more jarring. I keep bringing up having no one in the house, but right now, my parents went to bed. Me and my mum stayed up to watch Buffy. Brilliant experience. But we were now I'm here and there's no one I can talk to. Exactly, it's like living in a different... I'm getting the bike out. It is like living in a different one because there is... This is bicarb. They've got their notions and ideas, and I'm not even 20, and they're going on, and they're retiring. Well, my mum's already retired. My dad wants to retire in a couple years. And it's like, oh my god. I'm not even done uni. I've just done my first year. Not even finished. And, you know, you're talking about retiring. You are retired. My dad makes pork pies for fun. He's hosting a pork pie experience next week? If that's enough bike up. They're so old. Like, I went to London for a concert 2 years ago, and me and my mum stayed in a hotel because no, it must have been more than that because I wasn't able to stay by myself. But we were walking around London the next day, and she just got hello. She just got so tired walking around, and she just kept going. Can we go home now? Can we go home now? I'm too tired. I can't do this. I'm too old to do this. What you do? Baking and complaining. Baking and complaining about being an only child. She just kept going on about how she kept saying, oh, I'm too old to do this. I'm too old to like walk around. And hearing that when you're like 16 is weird. Hearing your parents say that they're too old to do things with you. I'm almost 20. Yay. I also lost my cocoa powder. I bought a new box of it, and I don't know where it is. Okay, I'm blind, I do know. I'm really blind. Ooh, God. There's a fly. Yeah. But to be fair, being an only child it has its benefits. I was spoiled as a child. Spoiled. My vintage is quite a bit. Like, that's cozy. What's cozy? I think I put in too much cocoa powder. The batter, it looks boring. Hey, as a mosh pit enjoyer, my favourite way to experience it is by standing in the circle around it and pushing people back in. I do very much enjoy not moshing, but I do get it. Like, I don't get feeling too old to do things, but chuck the eggs. To be fair, seated areas are rather fun in the sense that you just get to enjoy the music. At that point, you don't have to worry about anything. You can just kind of chill. I've also been in the seated area many times, but that's mainly because at that point my parents had bought the tickets. Very much a uni student currently. not much money in being a student, which is why student nights are great. I paid for... I was going to say I paid for one of my tickets. I paid for it and then they paid me back because it was a birthday present. But I had found the tickets on Ticketmaster and I was like, Mum, can you get it for me? Can you get it for me for my birthday, please? And she was like... No, she gave me the option to have it as a birthday gift. And I said yes because I was... I hope so. I hope having a career in social media would be very fun. I feel like it, but also I'm very biased because I like that kind of stuff. I think it's something fun. It's so warm currently. I am dreading putting these in the oven. The oven's not on yet because it's too warm to put the oven on. I don't want to turn the oven on. Also, I would say that this is a character currently, but I am much more sociable than I am in real life. Because I realised you kind of have to. I don't think it's supposed to bend that way. There's been I've had a lot of my life wasted of fear of judgment. And now I've gotten to the point where if people care enough about me to judge what I'm doing, then, you know, if they care that much, they can, you know, at least say it without a scream in between them. Like, if it's some random person on the internet who's like, oh, you're cringe, it's starting to very much less affect me because it's a bit of a coward move to bully people online. But if it's someone like that I knew in real life that was like, oh, you're cringe, I'd be like, okay, well, at least you have the guts to say it, you know. Also, Twin, my favourite singer is actually a band. I love the Addicts. They are a punk band from England and they're very cool, and they've not done a tour in England in a while. They've not done a tour in a while, and I want them to come. I want them to do it. Well, they've not done an English tour in a while, and I want them to do a tour soon because I really, really miss them. I want them to do a tour in England before they stop. Sorry, I love the Addicts. No, I'm so niche, guys. I'm so niche. With the Addicts. I'm so niche, guys. You don't know who they... I'm so glad you know them. I really like their music. My dad, because he had a bunch of vinyls, a bunch of records from when he was my age, and he was like, we were just sorting out the loft and he was like, do you want them? He also gave me his record player. And it's not just a record player, it also has CDs and cassettes and the radio. So I think I lucked out with that. Oh, I think the batter is done. Yeah. I don't actually have any cassettes. No, that's a lie. I have the Phantom of the Opera on cassette, and it is... oh, it's my favourite thing. It's my favourite thing that I have, because, shockingly, Phantom of the Opera is my favourite musical. Could you guess? Could you guess that I love Phantom of the Opera, guys? The emo goth musical. It is genuinely brilliant though. But I have it on cassette. But it doesn't work. The cassette player doesn't work. I'm so annoyed. I don't want to mess with it because I know I'll break it. But it is great. I'm gonna need that to... I have... The batteries, it's looking. Has white chocolate and regular chocolate. I've used half the butter. I feel bad about just leaving it. Thank you. They should taste good as well. Fingers crossed. Because these, again, I keep bragging about these cookies, but they are the one recipe that I would do over and over again. And I get sick and tired of making it because people always ask for it because they love it so much, and I'm just like, guys, you don't have to keep telling me how great I I know I'm great, guys. But I also keep the recipe a secret because I'm stingy? Egotistical? Something like that. I'm gonna put my phone. I have a little pocket here. I was gonna put my phone in it, but it doesn't fit. Ooh, okay, homemade cheese straws are banging though. I do understand that. Most of what I make is sweet, but I am branching out into more savoury things. I have a brilliant idea for pork chops, which makes me sound really old. As old as I can sound. But it's gonna be like pork with a... Now, I've never tried rum on its own, but with a rum, mint, and lime glaze, basically a mojito, hence why I'm drinking them. Like a glaze, with a bit of, with an apple sauce, but with a, not like a creme brulee top, but with sugar on the top and caramelised with a blowtorch to make it all crispy, and then fried potatoes with cheese and asparagus and green meat. I have ideas for savoury food. Do I need more? I might need more. I like to have a more solid dough when I'm cooking, but I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, I'm gonna add more flour. Yeah, I'm a vodka drinker. I do love vodka. I sound like an alcoholic when I say that. Ooh. Oh, my favourite thing to make. The favourite thing that I've made is beef ragu. That blew my socks off when I made that. I took a bite and I ascended. it was so good. It was so good. But I do like making lasagna. I like making it with a lot of beef. Yeah, I make a lot of beef. I should probably a good thing I'm making pork soon. Well, I don't know if I am making pork. Cider's nice. I used to not be much of a drinker, but then I went to uni, and to be fair, I don't drink a lot. I think I'm a very calm kind of drink. I'll have a cider if I'm at a pub, but I won't drink if I'm not out, you know? Which I think is quite... I've got... These are rat tails. This is the rest of my hair. But rat tails, and they keep getting in. They keep like falling, and I need to not get them into the food. Fly. I was considering not going to uni and doing some sort of internship instead, but I am quite glad I went to uni. Well, I am at uni. I really like it. It's a specific experience. It's a very specific experience. But it's fun. It works well for me. I like structure. I like learning. I'm a nerd. It works very well for me. I feel like if I didn't go to uni, I wouldn't have done anything. Because it's summer now. The weather loves to remind us. It loves to remind it's summer, yay! And I'm doing nothing. I'm doing this, which is quite fun. I kind of wish I did it sooner, because it's rather fun. But yeah, I would have done nothing, really, and it's kind of... I'm very glad that I went to uni. And to be fair, the city's lovely. I'll glaze my uni. It's great. Probably won't tell you where I go to uni, because, you know, I grew up with internet safety being drilled into my head. But I do very, very much like my uni city. I shouldn't have done that. It wasn't going to stick to the bowl. Yeah, my reflexes aren't as great as they used to be. The dough's... It might just be because it's warm, but the dough is... It's annoying me. It's not like it's usual dough. Big up Britain. Big up... the World Cup's going on, you know. Britain, England... Well, yeah, because Ireland, Wales and Scotland all have their own... I don't know anything about football. I watched the previous England match, the one where we beat Mexico. That's the only time I've ever watched a full football match. Yeah, it did. I kind of got the hype a bit. Just a little bit. It was quite fun. But I am a rugby lover. All the time. Love rugby. Raised on rugby. I had one of those really... I had a katsu curry in a box for dinner. It's quite nice to be fair. But it was like a bit... I can go to the bin. be fair, the only reason I watched the match was because a streamer was covering it, and so I had it on in the background while I cleaned my room. But I did, you know, every time I heard them go, yay, I looked over it was. But I will still, forever and always, be a rugby lover. My dad made sure I was a rugby lover. I actually have a signed rugby ball. It's quite cool. All of my neighbours, well, I've got the neighbour that's that way, over up in the distance, absolutely adores having outside parties in the garden, and I'm not against a good party. I am when it's a Monday. It's a Monday. 5 a.m. on a Monday. It's not 5 a.m. But like, you know, early on a weekday morning, and I can hear them screaming, singing, cheering, flies in the kitchen. That does annoy me. And then we've got, to be fair, I live in a very old person town, but I live in a very young neighbourhood. Young for the town. It's still rather old, but we have a couple houses that have parties, most of them weekends, and it's like 3 times a year at most. The ones that way, like near that way, they love them. So to be fair, it's not great. Yeah, we have loads of retirement houses here. It's honestly shocking how many we have. When it's not absolutely roasting, I go for a run. I like to run, and my typical route leads me past 2-3 old people's homes. I know the population is getting older, but can't they just have their own village, their own town, their own city? Old person city. So yeah, they might like the amount of not noise complaints that I get, but like I feel like they would like it so they don't have to deal with young people, you know, partying and being noisy and all that jazz. Because imagine you're like 60 and not 60s, but like you're 80. Hello. Imagine you're like 80 and you just get to live with a bunch of other 80-year-olds who will kind of just chill out, and I'm good. We're making cookies and talking about old people, which is, you know, brilliant topics of conversation, mainly because I get to be but an 80-year-old in a mosh pit, though. Imagine a mosh pit of 80-year-olds. You know, they would all be too scared to push each other. Yeah, well, they'd all be too scared to like break each other's bones, so there wouldn't really be a mosh pit. Yeah. I'm not entirely sure how much noise gets picked up from the oven. From like what I've watched back, it's not really that much noise. Okay, because I can always hear this thing, whenever it's on. First round of cookies. Please don't fall in. I really should have preheated the oven. You're supposed to preheat the oven. Don't really care currently. It's 1 AM. This was not meant to happen. I'm on for 12. Yeah, I don't think people would appreciate floor cookies. Especially not this floor. It's not a dirty floor, but we have a dog, and she stinks currently. The American was apparently also French. Hey, don't worry. Normally I post follow along recipes, except for today, because I like these cookies. To be fair, the French are... I did a DNA test a couple years ago. I'm 8% French, give or take. Hey, someone said that who was it? Core VTuber said that they wish that they could be here to eat the cookies. So, you know, doing it for my massive fan base. Actually, wait, where is my Twitch? Currently, Twitch says I has 0 views. I don't know. I don't know. Yay! Yeah, I looked on my own Twitch, on like the dashboard thingy, I don't know, and it just said 0. So I mean, yeah, I don't know where the French comes from. Woo! I'm officially Twitch famous. Me and my 3 followers, we will, you know, Twitch famous. I also can't see who's followed me. Wait, once I finish rolling the cookies. Whenever I go onto like my Twitch thing, because I'm just on the I forgot what it's called. OBS. I'm just on the OBS thing. Whenever I go onto the actual Twitch thing, it just doesn't show the actual video. So, you know, I might be really, really famous, but, you know, really, really famous, but Twitch is napping me. I have a YouTube in which I'm gonna attempt to upload these Twitch streams and put them on the YouTube, and I also have an Instagram that I've not yet linked to this, which I will do at some point. Probably when I'm less tired. IG dude. That was horrifically cringe, I'm sorry. IG and Instagram. Yes, I do have an IG. And I'll do something with it at some point. Wait, actually, where? Let me do a in-stream. Instagram is Icarus Does Stuff, with underscores underneath all of the words, because I'm so warm. So bad. The cookies look good though. Right. Okay, you can't see them, but they're in there. In the oven. Yay! It's so warm. It's so warm. It is. It's so warm. I hate it. I hate it when it's warm. Because one really, really fun fact that is so great to know about is ginger people experience heat differently to non-ginger people, apparently, because of, the DNA mutation that produces ginger hair, and it might be kind of hard to see. I am ginger. But yeah, we experience heat differently. I also have Raynaud's, what is it called? The circulation thing, in which when it's too cold, my fingers just don't get any circulation. So, I'm kind of nerfed. I've got bad circulation, and also heat. I don't know. Just can't. Yeah, 20 degrees is a good temperature. Maybe 18 with a 20 with the breeze. 20 degrees with the breeze. It's my ideal temperature. The Instagram. Wait, actually. There you go. I forgot I can do that. I can just put it. I can type. I can type in there. That is the Instagram for this. It is different to obviously the Twitch username, but it's because I can't. My neck also really hurts because the camera is just a bit too short. Wait, actually. I have it stacked on top of 2 Heroes tins, and I'm gonna add a Quality Street one to see if I can. I've got to celebrate because the Quality Street does not fit. This is not gonna fit. Oh shit. Yeah, it's not gonna work. I need a cardboard box of some sort. I'm going to attempt to use a book to live. Because my neck does hurt. Enjoy the view of my typo negative t-shirt. Okay, that's better. First follower on Instagram. Yay. Also really hurt my neck. Ugh. Let's have another batch of cookies. Back. Here they are, rolled into nice little balls for cooking. I'm cleaning. I've got so much random stuff around that just needs to be thrown out. Starting to edit a couple videos for the YouTube for the YouTube guys. First batch done, hopefully. I forgot my oven. But like, look at these. These are a Wilco original, you know. I've done something to my neck. Here they are. They're still a little bit soft. I managed to snag these, like, you know, the Christmas ones. Was the Christmas before they shut down? I can't remember when they shut down. But Wilco was my goat. I miss Wilco. The cookies are slightly underdone, so I'm going to put them back in for 2 minutes just to see if they get a little bit less soft. Yeah, proper Wilco original. I am 19. I will be 20 soon, which will be fun. I do miss. Used to be, because on my way to school we would always pass Wilco, and me and my friend would always go in there after school. We were like 14 when we would do this. We would always go into Wilco. We would always get just a. I'm also a student, full-time student. I don't have a job. I want a job. Desperately want a job. I don't know when Woolworths shut down, to be fair. I have a feeling it may be before my time. don't know. We never had one in our town. At least we never had one in our town. But I think because I thought I had a jacket from theirs, but it's not Woolworths, but it's like a really it's an old not about. Yeah, that I was still quite young then. I'm not even 20, mate. That was, yeah, it was a bit before my time. Well, I was born, but. Oh, don't worry, I do that to a lot of people. I love to tell because I've got, obviously, speak the devil. I play D&D. I'm making these for my D&D friends, because I promised I would. They're all in their 40s, late 30s, mid 30s to the oldest is 50. It's my favourite pastime to make them feel really old, because there's me and then there's someone that's younger than me in the group, and I love making them feel old because it's really funny. I probably shouldn't, but it's very, very funny. Cookies. See you soon. I'm still just gonna be baking cookies for a bit, so don't worry. This next part requires a small amount of sleight of hand. We're going to be transferring the cookies onto chopping board, but in the most convoluted way with as many steps as possible. I also don't want to melt this chocolate. Okay. They are right out the oven. I am. Wait, can I? Okay, there we go. My hands are clean. Don't worry. That's so warm. This is my convoluted way of getting cookies. Bloody hell. Of getting cookies off of that. That was really warm. So I only want to use one tray because I don't want to have to keep washing them up. And I have 6 more. Oh yeah, yeah. Take more than 2 seconds. 2 seconds? Yeah. That seems like. What can was it? Was it like a fizzy drink? Otherwise, you might want to get that looked at. Can of spray paint. Oh. I have an empty Diet Coke here. Yeah, I get it. Good luck. I'm only going to put these ones on for 10 to start with because the oven is already warmed. Also on a hot tray. Oh yeah, 36 degrees in a can of Coke. Not a great mix. I'll keep that in mind. Oh dear. Oh, that reminds me of like the imploding experiments that you did at school, which, you know, you'd get an empty can of Coke, heat up the inside with a Bunsen burner, and then flip it over, put it in cold water, and just... yeah, I have a feeling if that happened, my dog would go absolutely mental. She goes mental for fireworks. She hates fireworks. Once, so it was fireworks night, bonfire night, and my dad had the door open because he was watching the fireworks, and the dog bolted, and pitch black, and you know, yeah, we took a while to find her. We found her, and we keep her inside on bonfire night now. Well, we did last time, but she just got out because, you know, instead of being in the house where it's safe, she left because she saw an open door. Yeah, we did the experiment with Coke cans. It was kind of boring. However, a couple years after we did the experiment, the Ocean Gate thing happened, where they imploded underwater, and when I heard about that, my first thought was, oh, like a Coke can. Because the only point of reference I had was doing that stupid experiment in high school and secondary, and just being like, oh, they imploded like a Coke can. Not the best thing to say, but you know. We got our dog from our dog has like, I don't know where we got our dog, to be fair. My dad found the listing, and to be fair, her parents had like full health checks and all that, but she was very much a town dog. But she very much enjoys her access to the countryside here because she likes to chase rabbits. I feel like, back to the Ocean Gate thing, Ocean Gate was not a good idea starting out. The way they designed it, didn't they have like a video game controller of some sort as the steering? At some point you have to really think, who designed this and why? Grab a chair. I have a chair. There we go. Have you seen the graph, which is, you know, Titanic casualties? It's, you know, big blip, Titanic crashed, and then there's this tiny little blip, you know, whatever it was, a year ago, 2 years ago. It's just like, oh. Yeah, it's yeah, I was chronically online when it happened. I still am chronically online. Well, I'm less uni, really. I think uni stopped me from being chronically online because I had to do stuff. But I mean, I'm attempting to become a Twitch streamer. That's rather chronically online. But it's for the experience, guys. Me and my 3 followers, it's for the experience. The chair doesn't have arms. I forgot about that when I leaned. Yeah, being chronically online is great. I did not leave my room for a long period of time when I was a teenager. But to be fair, I did have COVID happen when I was a teenager, so I think I'm allowed that. Oh, to be fair, during COVID I mainly played Among Us with my friends, like a silly little teenager. But it was very fun. I still have my, what is it? My go-to Among Us character. It's really, really warm, so my brain is so slow right now. But my go-to Among Us character, blue, with the egg on top, and sometimes the Plague Doctor mask, because I'm a goth. I'm an edgelord? Yeah. I'm a stereotypical goth. But I am, yeah. I mean, the typo negative shirt and the cross. To be fair, this, fucking, still one of my favourite charity shop fun. Doesn't want to come off. Check the timer as well. Let's see. What's the charity shop find? One of my favourites. I almost spilt my drink because I whacked it. We ignore the washing in the sink as well. Just saw that. But it's a great charity shop find. I think I'm trying to like thin out my wardrobe because again, spoiled only child. I've been trying to thin out my wardrobe just to get rid of stuff I don't wear, and now all the stuff that I've kept is stuff I found in charity shops or thrifted, as some call it. I was gonna say it was an American thing calling it thrift shopping, but I do say I've thrifted stuff, but my go-to is always charity shop, because this was a charity shop. This was on sale for £5 skirt. Charity shop. The shoes, my go-to shoes are from eBay. They are Converse. They are from eBay because real Converse are too expensive. They are, how much are a pair of Converse? Actually, asking the important questions at 9:30 at night. How much are a pair of Converse? The last thing I searched up was the name Tallulah. Because I was playing The Sims and one of my Sims gave birth and I named the child. And I couldn't spell the name. Forgot about that. Okay, there's 2 different It's 2 different price ranges. One says 33, one says 52. That's too much for a pair of shoes. Charity shops are just the best. Again, the outfit, charity shop find. I think the only my go-to jeans aren't a charity shop find, but they were on sale, and they were also a gift, so I can't really. But I have got a pair of linen trousers, but they are blue. They were a charity shop find. All of my go-to clothes, except like tank tops. They were bought new, but I think all of my favourite clothes are charity shops. Oh no, actually, I have got a couple nice jackets, like velvet jackets that aren't charity shop finds. I said that you can't. I found a lot of nice jackets in charity shops. My favourite velvet jacket is from a charity shop, and leather M&S trench coat was a tenner. Oh, I never felt more lucky. Second batch of cookies, potentially done. I just need to check how sturdy they are. What was that? Sturdy. I'm sorry you had to see that. That was horrific. Oh yeah, these are done. Now, I like my cookies to have a crunchy outer, specifically like the edges, and have the middle be soft and gooey and delicious. I find the best way to do that is you want the when you first take them out of the oven, you don't want them to be crunchy. You don't want them to have any sort of solid mass. They just need to have like a shell, like an egg, just around the edges, and then when they cool down and actually be like an edible temperature, they'll be perfect. Cooking tips with me. Oh, that sounds like one of my friends. One of my friends has a pair of squeaky has a pair of tartan trousers that they got from a charity shop, and every time I go into a charity shop, I look to see if I can find a pair, and the closest I've gotten is like a tartan maxi skirt, but that was I don't really wear skirts. The only reason I'm wearing a skirt now is because it's 30 degrees out, and jeans would kill me. I think all my jewelry is a charity shop find as well, except for the ring. Also, this is my right hand, this is my left, not wedding ring, but the ring that I wear, I've not got it on because I've been baking, but the ring that I wear is not a charity shop find. I actually made that one with my mum. My mum makes jewellery, and we went to a silversmithing workshop and we made matching rings, because it was like, you make a style of ring, and so wait, let me grab it. Show me how time. I popped it on as well. I wear mine most of the time because it's my go-to ring. I think it's a nice ring. My mum doesn't wear hers, mainly because she has many other rings, like her wedding ring that she wears. But because I'm not married, let alone I'm not in a relationship, let alone married, I don't wear a ring on this one. I wear one. Where is it? Here. But it was really fun to make. The reason it does look like industrial is because we got to hammer it and like texturize it. So I was just there texturizing this ring to, oh, it was really fun, because it was, what does it look like? Wait. So it was kind of like this, the shape of this fork, but a circle, 3D, and tiny, so you could just hammer into it. And I have stopped wearing it during the summer because when it gets hot, my fingers swell. I'm blaming the Raynaud's and the poor circulation, and the fact when it gets too cold, I don't get circulation to my fingers. When it gets too warm, I get all of the circulation to only my fingers, and so I just get really, really warm, and my fingers swell because there's just a lot of hot blood in my fingers. Yay! So I've been wearing it a bit more now because my finger's been a bit better. So I don't know what, I think I'm drinking more water. Who would have thought drinking water in a heat wave would help? Yeah. I've almost finished my apple mojito. Sad times. But to be fair, Sainsbury's, £1.25, £1.50. They come in here. And to be fair, they are quite nice. Again, I'm not a rum drinker. The only reason I drink them is because I'm thinking about making them like a pork chop mojito rub, but then I would make the rub from scratch because I'm one of those people. It's not even two, to be fair. Like, it is pretty decent. I think I've mentioned the really fit guy in town. I wonder who this is. I wonder who this new Instagram profile is. I know, I wonder. Such a weird Instagram account. Strange. Dude, I got no idea what I'm doing. I am gonna, because I made this absolute banging lemon and blueberry loaf cake. Video will be coming out at some point when I edit it. So I'll probably be posting about lemon and blueberry loaf cake, absolutely delicious, and about these cookies. Oh wait, I can. Really, really hard to see, but they're also broken. Which I don't know how that. I think my dad's been eating random cookies and putting them back. But these are the ones I made about while complaining about my love life. So I'll probably be adding a photo of them on at some point. So that was quite a fun stream, complaining about my love life. I've done. What have I done? First one was white chocolate macadamia nut cookies. That is a private video on my YouTube because I was awkward I might unprivate it at some point, I don't know. Lemon and blueberry loaf cake, and then chocolate biscuits number 1, complaining about love life. Chocolate biscuits number 2, which is this one, will be. It was gonna be like another. This has just been like a chill, talking to the random people that have come and stayed in the French American. quite fun. Be like, depending on where I am in a year, be like, guys, look at what I was when I first started out. Look at my really awkward self. Because I was really awkward. To be fair, even in just like in general, I was so awkward. Like 3-4 years ago. Yeah, I can't imagine what I'd be like in 7 years. Be older, definitely. I might have cut my hair. Shocking. I do want to cut my hair, to be fair. I might look back in 7 years and be like, damn, why did I have my hair so long? It would be fun. I know my, like, in real life friends, for my D&D friends especially, have been like, you've changed so much since we first met you. And I'm like, how? I think I have. I'm like, yeah, you're so much more confident. I'm like, really? Because looking at myself, I was in town today, and the amount of people in my local Sainsbury's that were my old, like, that went to my school, my primary and secondary and sixth form, insane. I go around, I'm like, I know you, and I know you, and I know you, and it's so weird. So weird. But, like, I'll go around and I'll be like, I don't want to make eye contact with you, I don't want to make eye contact with you, because it's so awkward. So awkward. I think that's why I like this, at least, because I don't know who any of you are. If you do know me in real life, I don't know that, which is quite nice. So I can just, as you said, fake it till I make it. And I have a feeling I have, because I am horrifically more confident on this than I am in real life. And it's so chill. Definitely add apple juice to mojitos. It tastes good. I keep going on Instagram because, as I mentioned, the fit guy in town, the really fit guy, I follow him on Instagram, but he doesn't, okay, he knows I exist, but only because we've interacted once, which is great. So I don't stalk his Instagram, I do not do that, but every time I open Instagram I do see if he's posted a story, and it's, I feel really weird when I do it, because I'm like, he's, you know, if I see him again, like, organically, I might ask for his number. But otherwise, I get too nervous to do it. But I don't even know if he's in a relationship, to be fair, but I just think he's fit. Again, it might also just be coming out for a relationship, as in the complaining about my love life stream. Just being dumped. To be fair, over a month ago, and being like, there's a fit guy in town. I'm trying to also. This chair is tiny. It's a stool, technically. Yeah. To be fair, my type is really bad. So anything that's above really bad is a step up. I have also been trying to regain contact with people I've lost contact with, which just one of my friends had a baby last year, and that is like, oh my god, because obviously neither of us are 20 yet. She is a couple months younger than me, but her little baby is so cute, and I think they've just moved house, and so I need to catch up with her again, and I want to catch up with more of my friends, and it's just so weird. Cause like, especially coming back now for summer, everyone's been doing stuff. Like, people have had 9 months, 12 months to do things, and suddenly like catching up with people, and I was like, you're so different. It's so weird seeing you like you've cut your hair, you look different, or you've dyed your hair, or you know, your personality has changed. And obviously I've changed as well. I've gone to uni, I've changed. I've become like my own person, blah, 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 blah. Like, I know I've changed. It's so weird seeing other people, like people that I know that have also changed, because then I'm reminded that I've changed, and I can't just be like, oh no, I'm the same person. It's like, no. I am fundamentally different now. I've spent 9 months living by myself. Great 9 months, by the way. Brilliant. It was great living by myself. Well, by myself. I lived with 6 other people. I love those people, by the way. I love my fam. They're so nice. I don't know. Ow. There was something on the table and it hurt. It's like tape or something. I think I would have thought about Twitch streaming or doing something social, because I did have like a TikTok account, and like I did try to do it, but I don't think I would have done this, because it's obviously I'm not bearing my soul, but very much talking to people, which is younger me 9 months, a year ago, was so wait, let me see if I can find a photo of me a year ago today. Would I be able to find a photo? What day is it? It's the 9th of July. That's the 26th. I have photos from the 8th. I don't have any. I have photos of baby me on my phone, but not me. Okay. Yeah, TikTok is weird. I've tried it. It is weird. I do want to try it again, because it is quite fun. It is, but it's I could do an entire stream on TikTok and algorithms. Again, I'm a media student at uni. I study media and English, joint honours. I'm one of those. I feel like I do an entire stream where I will do one. Complaining about the algorithms instead of complaining about my love, complaining about things in general. I have a specific thing to complain about. So yeah, I've not been complaining for this stream. I've been talking. It's been nice. I'm too much of a pessimist when it comes to my conversation topic. This was me a year ago, give or take a couple days. A year and a week, about. 1st of July 2025. This was me. Which way am I facing? I forgot this. It's like flipped. Every time I try to look one way, I look the other, because I'm looking at myself. So I'm like, going the wrong way. That was an awards ceremony. I won an award, guys. Have I got another photo of me? I want to be exiting a window, getting out of a window. You cannot see that very well, but I think I have definitely found. I've not found entirely who I want to be, but I've found a lot more of who I want to be. I have the basics down. I know who I don't want to be, which I think is a brilliant starting point. I know I don't want to be a horrible person, which is great. I know I don't want to be boring. I definitely don't want to be boring. I feel like there's nothing wrong with being basic. I'm telepathic, you know. You're thinking it, but I say it first. There's nothing wrong with being basic, but I feel like being boring is bad. I mean, like, not doing anything fun. Not being it. Because you can be like what society calls basic and still be fun. You can still, you know, do fun. You can go to the beach, you can do this, you can, you know, Twitch stream, you can do anything fun while being basic, and you know you're not boring. But being boring, that's like, I know I don't want to be boring, and I think one very good way is, you know, just, I'm very much living for the plot currently, especially during summer, which is fun. To be fair, I feel like I was very much an attention-seeking child, which every child wants attention. But even as well, like, a teenager, I'm still technically a teenager, but like, I'm an adult teenager. But when I was a teenager, I was still very much like attention-seeking. I would try to be as strange, like as you said, like a caricature, just so that people would pay attention, it is kind of a sad way to live. But now I've grown more out of it, which is something I'm very, very glad about. It does feel like I've got more like autonomy back about myself, because I'm like, no, I don't need to just do this just so that people will pay attention to me. Obviously, I'm doing this, which is very much like, pay attention to me, look at me. But I feel like it's less of like a caricature attention-seeking way of getting attention. It's more of like again, like you say, like, I'm proud of who I am. I'm definitely not the final evolution of myself, but I've made progress. I think I'm entertaining to a certain extent. I mean, I can bake, which always a very, very important thing, important quality to have, you know. I can sort of cook, but I can bake. One thing I do, I am, again, anxious person. I always rather I leave the oven on. So I'm gonna take a photo of the oven so I can prove to myself it's turned off. Because very useful way to battle that kind of like anxiety or something is just, if it's something like this, take a photo of it, take a photo of it's off, or get someone else to be in the photo or something, or have someone else take a photo as well, just so you have visuals. Yeah, you didn't. I don't like this. There we go. I've done my cringe for. think you'll be a generic old person, you know? For now, I think you seem like you're pretty fun. I mean, you're alternative, so I'm biased. I think alternative people are brilliant. I mean, again, I'm biased. I am alternative. I just haven't, because you've always got to figure out who you are. But I feel like maybe it doesn't get easier, but it just, you get more used to figuring out who you are. I'm gonna find something. Goth. That was one of my Halloween looks. That's alright. It's my credentials for being I am rather shattered. So I have a feeling I'm going to plate up these cookies. It might be time to head to bed. To be fair, I feel like I got lucky with my parents. At least, like, well, in this aspect. They were also both alternative as youths. So it's kind of like they were like, oh yeah, our child, they're starting to get alternative. Makes sense. Genetics, you know. It's just really squeaky. I think they thought it was definitely less of a phase because chair's really loud. They kind of knew. They were like, oh yeah, guess it just happens to the best of us. But I think I had to convince some people that it was not a phase. It is almost 2 a.m, so good night. Hopefully you don't have to wake up early tomorrow. I don't. I'm very excited to sleep in. I've been Icarus, and we've made chocolate cookies. And I don't have work tomorrow. So good night.